Any other features, inside the industry insights, Karen, that are notable, worth hitting?
All right, this is the one I've been waiting for.
Oh,
Actually, I saved the maybe the best for last. I don't know. It's really exciting new feature. Anybody who's been around the Intacct space for a while has probably known that employee expenses is an area that has been lacking, to put it nicely. Major release this time though is they are now releasing huge changes to employee expenses. Employees are now going to be able to actually email receipts into Intacct. So this is going to be similar to AP bill automation if you've used that. It has AI and machine learning built into it so that it's going to start coding those receipts and get more accurate as time goes on. And then you're able to be able to log into Intacct and actually compile your receipts into an expense report. They've added some things like being able to split expenses across different types. So a lot of really, really great enhancements in this release. And I think this one's going to continue to be a big focus going forward because it's definitely an area that Intacct has been behind in for a while.
So, do you think it'll take away market share from Expensify?
that was my question. Yeah.
I don't think we're there maybe quite yet, but I think that's the goal. So, what I think is still missing, honestly, on this feature is going to be a really good app. So, Intacct has not been great at getting into the app space. They have a couple of them, but they tend to be for auxiliary solutions like Sage Intelligent Time. But I think that's the piece that you really need for a good expense solution is that ability to have that app on your phone, take a picture of the receipt, do it right there in real time. Now it's not quite that easy. So it's better, definitely, than it has been in the past, but I think they are working toward that point with this release.
And I'm going to make the assumption that this is going to be kind of billed in the same way that AP automation is, where it's kind of a transactional, per inbox entry kind of point from a pricing.
So I haven't looked into pricing on it yet. So bill automation is interesting because they've actually gone away from the per transaction billing. That's not an option anymore. Now you purchase packages and then you can go over with that and have overages. I suspect it is going to be similar to that though, where it's going to be some sort of package, 200 a month or 500 a month or whatever it may be, that you purchase.
Yeah, just like bucket pricing kind of. Yeah.
That's what they've gone to with bill
Yeah.
automation. I think they found the transaction-based billing is just too difficult for the amount of revenue you're getting out of it. Because it's very hard to track that and bill it every
Yep.
single month versus just selling it as a package.
Yep. And this would be interesting to see how the Expensifies and the ramps and some of these other companies kind of address this. But I have to say I think Intact has a pretty far way to go to really be in competition with them. Not only just because of the statement you made with app, which I absolutely agree with, but even on a pricing perspective, even on the ease of use and just I mean, you're competing with pretty sizable organizations that's all they want to do all day is provide it, and then you don't even have the reimbursement side of it built into Intact yet, which is another component where your Expensifies and your bills will allow you to go and then reimburse those employees right away and not have to do a separate transaction. So I think there's still gaps.
There'll always be gaps. That's why there'll always be marketplace partners. Yeah, see the opportunity where you can.
And that's some of the things Intacct has long been great at is, like they may have a solution for it that's right for some people, but they have that open API and that ability for partners to integrate in. So it's an area, if it's not quite right for you, you can go out and find a partner that is perfect for your organization and then just integrate it in.
Yep. Yep.
I don't think there is a software program out there that quite literally is a silver bullet with anything. I mean, there's always those things that you wish they would have figured out, like all these components you just went through, Karen. Here, I mean, why 12 months ago this would have been very helpful for so many people, and I'm sure the next release notes will say the exact same thing because But that's what I do like about Intacct is the sense that it is that community feeling where they actually listen to the voice of the consumer, which at least my experience, has not been the same across all software platforms out there. So that is certainly something to say, nonetheless.